We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us. Over fields and through the country, letting go of everything but us. Over the rainbow. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait. Grab sunglasses and the atlas, we can prove we're smarter than a phone. Let's go where there's no reception, see if we can make it on our own. Breathe deep in your chest. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait. The water's warm, let's be reborn. The water's warm, let's be reborn. We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us. Over fields and through the country, letting go of everything but us. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we wait.
Hey team, I didn't even realise I was bopping away there in the background. Let's put some background sounds on there for you. Tell us if it gets too loud. Guys and gals, we have got some really, really good news today. Just let us know. Can we get some thumbs up that the... hey Nicole, how you going, mate? And we've got James Kempal. Song is chill. It is, mate. It is chill. Which means you can probably got the volume is working fine, and it's great because we're going to commit ourselves to something a little bit tonight, and there's about 4 or 5 things we're going to talk about. What I'm going to quickly do is explain to you the fantastic news that we have, and that is about maintaining our 100% success rate, okay, for our officers. We've got 2 lads from the channel that didn't realise they were on the same OSB and both got a green tick. And we're going to talk about the implications of that. Thank you. Thank you, crowd. We've just downloaded some sound effects for you as well, team, and we're going to populate that for your viewing, listening pleasure, especially for those that are driving wheels on the road. We've got, okay, Deadpool. We'll call him that now. We might upgrade him Boss, Deadpool, whichever one he wants to call himself. I hope everyone likes a little bit of vision of army in the eyes, even those that aren't here for military. It is great to support those, okay, that are going to be looking after us as peril comes our way, as the G7's about to have competition amongst the other developing nations and some of our potential threats in the future who are about to start a reserve currency in competition with the US petrodollar. Scary times ahead. The Navy actually might get a chance to represent more than the military in the coming years. But let's not talk about just that. We've got a prize to hand out, and that's in relation to Bam, the first recipient to fill his card out. Okay. We're also going to talk about a young lass who maybe have changed her mind about her life today. Fantastic conversation. We're going to be talking about Andy and Benny. We're not going to go too far into what their actual names are. We're going to congratulate them and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to say hello to you as well. So guys and gals, this is for you being here tonight. Guys, suck it up while you can. Bam. I hope you like the George Michael sort of look in the background as well. I'm teaching myself through Photoshop. It is not easy, team. It's not. We love a bit of Australiana. We like a tough guy, a little bit of Rambo-esque, you know, Exxon Mobil smell to the man. And it's great to have you here on a Wednesday, the most hated day of the week. It has no purpose. We just had a yellow cow thrown at us, and that is by, is that pronounced Jick Clark? Let's start the stream with a bang. That's what she said. Boom. We've got some loud clapping for you. We've also got some female whispering that I wanted to put in here. Not whispering Jack. But I'm in a happy mood, guys. It's been a good day other than the share market. AM, good to have you here. G'day, mate and team. Thought I'd drop by and see how everyone's doing. We're doing fine. We're doing great, Luke. Yes, evening team, and Kaz admitting that Wednesday is the day that sucks. It is the centre of the week where we're basically at the high tide mark. What happens next, we don't know. Anyone seeing that thing Elbow announced, is it good or bad? James, let us know. Remember, he is a politician. I think he's already given away too much too quick. Can we get some thanks there for Jack Clark, who's keeping the channel moving forward with 10,000 people's worth of views. Right there, Nutsu cow to you, Jick. And say g'day to Jill. And tell her to give me my phone charger back. Lightfoot, not tonight, it's not Saturday. Let's start off with a good one. This one will make you happy. Gus, for those that don't know, bam, oops, hello. What are the chances? What's on your mind? Could it be Madison Rosario? At the moment, she's my #1 hot crush in the world. Bam, well done. I don't see anything below the chin. All I see is a pretty champion. Well done, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. What I meant to put up there was bam. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a giveaway. He doesn't know it's coming. You know, put 5 thumbs up right now, Mr. Lightfoot. A gentleman that's been with the channel for a long time. Okay, he was the first one to fill out his fitness card. Okay. And from there, he has now won himself a pair of joggers. So he's going to hand me his BSB and account number. And what we're going to do is Patreon's going to pick him up a pair of running shoes as he betters himself, becomes the best version of himself. Lighty, I'll talk to you later and just let you know, mate, well done. You're the first one to represent. And as that, we are going to thank you by sending something your way to protect your feet. Okay, thank you very much. If you're interested in that, team, go into Patreon below, get on board. That'll give you the rights to not only getting one of these cards sent to you with a little thank you card that comes with it, but also being on the bat phone for consultations. Do it now. You'd be silly not to. It's the price of a cup of coffee. You know, it's not much to support the channel. Bam, out of there. Well done. Can we get, yep, we've got the thumbs up for Lighty there, and he's probably as surprised as what you are, team. We've got Brody Pool. We all love a pool, except in winter. I was thinking about joining the Australian military, but realised there is, wait a sec. I don't know what he was going to say. Team, listen to me. The politics is in every single industry. Every single industry. But it doesn't necessarily come or creep into you in your uniform, okay, at the barracks, doing the job for Australia, whether it be in home soil or whether it be abroad. Now, so let's not tarnish. You remember when you say something about someone who's joined the military, when you say something about those that are serving, you're also saying something bad about the Anzacs. You're also saying something about the gallant men and women that got on boats, got in planes, that went overseas for the adventure, not to hurt people. And we don't want to do that. That would be low-hanging fruit. Daily Dungeons, hello Army Cadet here. Good to have you here, mate. I'm very interested in a job in the ADF. Good opportunities. It's fantastic opportunities. We're about to speak about those guys. Background vids, good to have you here. Plumber Coast, Commander Sabo, and Lukey S. Guys and gals, let's have a little bit of a talk. when we talk about the OSB, the Officer Selection Board, and if you've got any great news, team, please put it in here now, because we're going to catch up to you, because this is a wacky Wednesday. And it's not just about military, team. This is about helping people, helping each other. If there is a way that this channel can reach out and help you, touch you, then let's do that. Guys and gals, it's somewhere to be. Let's create a platform that gives you a voice. If you were over there and you're holding back, if you're being the grey man, how dare you? Then what I want you to do is consider dropping a comment. Let us find out a little bit about you. You know, because there might be someone in your family. It doesn't have to be military. That's a myth about this channel. It doesn't have to be about military. It's just that every time I'm out, you pull me back in. Oops. British toothpaste right there. Village people, which one's your favourite? The Indian? So, basically what happened was, when we do an OSB, Officer Selection Board, naturally it's quite difficult. The members are quite young. They're quite intimidated. They're going to go and potentially become an officer. And how they're going to represent themselves, who we got there? Rural Hunter. There you go, mate. Double bang. Not too cow. I like the yellow there, mate. Can we get some thumbs up for the Rural Hunter? He's from Townsville, and he brought tubes to my door when no one else could. Thank you very much, Rural Hunter. That's 3 black thumbs up from Kaz. You're a legend, and we need to talk again soon. So basically what happens is I assist people. We've given them communications as though I'm on the other side of the table, the desk, as they're going for a life-changing interview that will pave the rest of their life for them with a commission from the Queen. God bless the Queen. She's your boss. Anyway, what happened was, we're not going to speak so much about Andy at the moment, other than the fact that Andy was successful yesterday, not realising he was on the same OSB as Benny. Benny and the Jets. And Benny's young. Benny came to me, you know, he had the fortitude, he had the investigative gumption to go and say, what can I do to give me a better chance at following the footsteps of a career that most others won't necessarily understand, and then make it harder by doing the officer version. It's very important that we give the right motivation, inspiration to those who are going to be officers, because for Navy veteran, okay, for the Wasp, for Kaz, for Scotty Healy, Armoured Guru, for all the infantry, 343, etc., it doesn't matter how good you are, you need to be led by someone that is capable. So, what happened was, we had the conversation with these guys, understanding there's extended pressure on there, because we've got a 100% hit rate of getting people successfully accepted into their career in the OSB to get commissioned as an officer in the Australian Army. Well, because this fellow is still going to school, very young, how is he going to represent himself? So we had, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe more phone calls to keep going over what are negative traits about yourself, so we know that there's no personality disorder, that you can take advice, critical advice, so that you can war game and plan as a group. Nice one, Andy and Benny, warrior duo. That's from Lord Dracula. Good to have you here too, mate. And basically we spoke over and over and over, and this kid's still going to school. So what I want to do, and this is not going to be a long one on this one, team. I just want you to understand, we've changed his life, not just myself and the conversations, but you guys, giving the inspiration, the thumbs up, the pollinization of ideas and information and wisdom that not only shows his family, his parents and others around him, but it becomes a source, what would we say? Would we say it's about belief in him, in the absence of him always having belief in himself? He's asking for a big gig. Yeah, responsibility. So anyway, he goes in yesterday and he gets in. He went in there ready to 8 Mile himself and say, I know I'm young, But what can I do to be other than a football captain? That I can be the one that has the responsibility to come in here to take that forward step over the line of departure before I know what the line of departure is, and say, I'm going to hold up my hand and say, not just salute, but I want to serve the Queen, I want to serve the Commonwealth, I want to serve Australia, I want to serve the sons and the daughters who will be saluting me as a commissioned member of the Australian public official title. And they've said yes. So when he goes to school today, I don't know if he went to school today and got a pie, sausage roll, or whatever, but his career is going to be over. He won't be finishing school. He's going to go into the bigger school with less Pythagoras. So when he goes to school today and he's surrounded by others that have got the pressure of, do I go to university because my parents expect me to, because I want to go, but I don't necessarily have a passion on what I'm going to study, and the only thing I can guarantee after 4 years, I can't guarantee I'm going to pass, is that I'll probably be a barista and I'll probably have a $50,000 bill at least, and then get told, forget everything you learnt at university. Yep. Or a trade. Let's go for a trade. Okay, my mum and dad want me to go and do a trade, so I stay local. So it's something that gives back to me, etc. No worries. Okay, but then I'm going to be treated like an apprentice, you know, and potentially even exploited by a tradesman who gives me more responsibility but not the wages that comes with it. And then at the end, hopefully I'll land on my feet and I've been looked after well. Or he's about to go in, knows what he's going to do now almost for the rest of his life. Goes in, 18 months training, free board, free food, free uniforms, free tuition, and everyone there is trying to help him pass. You know? And from there he's also surrounded by mates, brothers, sisters, who are competing with him. His life is now mapped out. All of the decisions, all of the commitment and pressure on him is lifted. He knows where he's gonna be. It's amazing. Free medical. The lowest wage you'll ever be on after school will be $55,000, $56,000, but not paying rent, not paying for food, not paying for clothes. Debt free. This kid is going to get immersed into the life of adults very, very quickly. But he's always going to have a safety net of those around him to put a hand on his shoulder and say, it's okay, son. You know, you're the bossy, you have to have the answers, but I'm here to help you get them. And when this is all over, when he looks at it and says, for 15 years, I might do this for 16 years. And then from there, I need to look at what is my off-ramp at 16 years to then go into something within the federal system, government system, whatever it may be, and then continue on with whatever that path is. To Andy, and also to the fella, Benny, that's going to be with him. Your life has changed. Absolutely. Overnight. All by getting told, yes, you were accepted in January to go into a cohort. I couldn't be more proud of you, and I hope your family understand it. Now, in saying that, hey, Jacqueline Dixon, how you going, mate? Joshy Fawns, good luck on the new session. Jacqueline, how are we all? We're doing great. Lightfoot just got won himself a premier pair of joggers from Foot Locker. Don't go to Rebel Sport, go to Foot Locker, because I'll tell you the shoes that'll protect your feet. We've also found out that Benny and Andy, right, have just got their commission or their entry into RMC accepted. Amazing work. Amazing. On this day that sucks so much, being Wednesday. Jack Mann. G'day, Kaz. G'day, Jack. Jack Mann. I see what you've done there. Nice name. Jack Mann. We've got Carlo. I'll be honest, I finished year 9 and want to work at least... I finished year 9 and want to work at least 100 hours a week. Is that you, Elon Musk? Carlo, no worries, mate, but there's such thing as working smart as well. All right? Whatever you do, it's not about making money. It's about what you do with the money. What you put on the table is what you can lose. So make sure you train smart, learn smart. Plus bush pay, there you go, Dave, and allowances, 8 weeks plus leave a year. The brotherhood, the friendship, the mateship, adult mateship, friendship. A clean break away from your child world to adult world. You could say it's the path to manhood. Going to Kapooka, going to RMC, going to Navy, going to Air Force. Yeah? Yeah. Getting away from bad influences. A way out. William Clifton, Billy Clifton, hey mate. What else we got? Jesus, my eyes are getting bad, team. I swear to God, I've got button eyes. Jack, man, I got my assessment day on the 16th of August. That's a good time. Jack, you'll get in just in time to bloody go on Christmas leave if you get to Kapooka early. E. Kangor Jury. Evening, Mr. Kaz. Evening, mate. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, sir. Navy Bush pay those extra hugs yet. The Navy, they get seagoing allowance as soon as they're on a boat, on a ship. Sorry, Navy veteran. Silly, thank you for becoming the voice of the people tonight, or the bearer of coffee. Bob, not too cow to you, our valid member. We've got ZL there. Hey, Kaz, currently in the last phase of year 11, do you think I should stay and complete year 12, or would it be smarter to join the army now? Well, ZL, I don't know you from a bar of soap, said the sailor. But what I will say to you is there's no rush and time is on your side. Okay? I wouldn't have normally said to Benny, don't finish school, etc. But, you know, he followed his footsteps and said, that's what I'm going to do. So all I can do is support him in his decision. It's up to you, but at the end of the day, the army, you should wait until you've got an enlistment date before you make any rash decisions. Okay? If they say to you, yep, we'll take you on this date, then by all means, pull the cord, get out. It's no different to someone in year 10 going and becoming an excellent carpenter, or someone going and becoming a sparky, etc. Right? But everyone can do a little bit of growing up and relax, because you're going to work for your entire life. There'll be no more retirement, team. Pepsi is good for your eyes, Kaz. Pepsi can go to hell, Stevie Webb. Jack Cartridge. Final PFA in 1 week. Practiced last night, smashed it. Hopefully I do the same next week. Hopefully I can get enlistment very soon. Hey, Jackie, you're on the list, aren't you? Where are we? The fitness club list that Lightfoot is winning at the moment. We've got Carl P, we've got Luke, we've got Dave D, we've got Nathan Stokey, we've got Zane Robinson, Sworn Defender, we've got Ian, we've got Chunky, we've got Mick Blick, okay, who's now at Kapooka. We've got Simon Powell, we've got Renee, we've got Laura, we've got William, we've got Kirby Hamilton, we've got Caswell, we've got Attaboy, William Clifton, Dylan, Stevie Bryce, Jackson Middleton, Laura, Jack Cartharidge, we've got Jonty, we've got Shannon, we've got Rob, the silly Celestia, we've got Lightfoot, well done, mate, we've got Lloydie, we've got Aaron, Rural Hunter, we've got Isaac, somebody's crying, we've got Dave Kerwayne, we've got Daniel Farran, we've got Braden, we've got Haran, we've got Vasilius the Greek, and we've got Justin Sermon, and we've got more to go. Get on board, join us, because it's going to be fun, it's going to be funny, and it's about you doing the best that you can do for you. And that will cost you the price of a cup of coffee per month. Get on Patreon below, or I hope you wake up tomorrow with jet red hair on your back. Simon Powell, there you go, mate. Stay in school. Not if you have an enlistment date. Find a go if you've got an enlistment date, I reckon. Jack, I need to send through my list, Kaz. I need a good place to swim, 100 metres. I live on the beach, but it's a bit choppy down here in South Australia. Okay, Jick, just so you know what I'm talking about there, the 100 metres doesn't have to be timed. It has to be freestyle, but what it is just 100 continuous metres. If you can do that in the ocean, mate, good. Tick it off. In the ocean's a lot harder, despite the fact we're more buoyant in salt water. We've got someone here, Renee. Kaz, I'm waiting to ask, what's your advice going into OSB for someone who doesn't have that much formal leadership experience? It's a good point. You know, we need to have a conversation, right? All it simply is they're going to ask you, if you don't have any leadership, do you know what a leader is? Are you mistaking a manager with a leader? Two completely different things that also has some overlap in the centre. Okay. We asked the other day, what is a leader? You know, and it has to have characteristics similar to decisive capability. There has to be confidence. There has to be charisma. There has to be bravery. Right? There has to be, what would we say? There has to be humble at times, and you have to have the answers and problem-solving capability that comes with intelligence as well, or rat-like cunning at least. Renee, I'm sure you've got some of them. Okay, let's have a chat and let's sort that one out because we're sitting on 100%. The Sworn Defender. Hey team, same as usual, at work, so missing out again. Hope you all enjoyed the stream and got a heap of useful information. Sworn Defender, everything we do it for you, you know that. Thank you very much, mate. D1NO Frog. What are the advantages of being bilingual in the ADF, Kaz? There is no advantages other than you can talk shit in front of someone that doesn't know what you're talking about. Even when you go to intelligence corps, signals corps, etc., you don't get to just learn another language that you want to learn. It's what they want you to learn. That is normally a lingo in somewhere we were going to. Okay, press like if you can, team. It's free. Second language is worth cash money in the ADF if it's on the list. Okay, if it's on the list. Because I actually believe languages should be taken out of schooling curriculum altogether. There should be no learning of other languages within the Australian schooling system. You know, the UNICEF already has our teaching standard at 39th out of 41. The last thing we can afford to do is stuff around with a country's language we're never going to go to. And if we do, it doesn't matter. We've got apps on our phone that will translate for us. You know, is it exciting? Is it exotic? Yeah, it is. I had to do it while I was over in Egypt with Colombians, learn Spanish. But yeah, it depends on what the language is, I guess. And hopefully it doesn't mean that that's where we're going to lay down weapons and boots. Commander Sabo, hey Kaz or anyone, does anyone know if requiring glasses will prevent you from some combat roles? No, it'll come down to your eyesight, mate. You know, and you'll find out case by case when you go to the assessment session, mate. Simon Powell, on the 2nd of August 1990, Wing Commander Ross Fox was killed in an air-to-air collision. Okay. All right. Well done to him and his family. No, that's pretty sad. Unless we forget also goes for people that lose their life in Australia. You're very morbid, Simon. It's always someone dying. There's always someone that's died in your comments. I'm going to Kapooka on the 8th of August. 8th of August. That's pretty soon. Well done, Tom. You're still going to get the arse end of winter. And I hope I didn't sound cold to you then either then, Simon. But you do seem to have a lot of people around you that are dropping off the perch. Tom, so Sylvie's going to be there with you, mate. There you go. That's why we have a channel like this, so you can get together. Maybe you're going to be both laughing at a mouth breather that sleeps in the bed across from you. Who knows? Commander Sabo, that's all good, mate. You know, let us know. And I wish you luck, mate. Air Force, Army, Navy, whichever one. And you know what, team? If you don't get the luck, you know, if you don't get through, watch the video on Plan B, C, and D, or Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. You've got to have another plan. You do. Because we don't always get what we want, and it's harder to get in the military now than it's ever been. And that's a fact, Jack. They ask a lot from you. A lot of the tough man culture is disappearing, which might come back to bite us in the arse in the future. We don't know. Okay, what else? Okay, so what's going on over in the land of the red corn chip? There's a problem there. There's a problem. So what's happening is I can't remember what the name of it is, but there's a group that's getting together that is supposed to counteract the G7, which is the big guns, okay, the UK, France, America, etc., on the petrodollar and the GDP of the world, so to speak, and how things are going to run under the reserve currency. Now, they're trying to start a second group that has got mostly our threat groups other than India, that is also teaming up with China and I believe Iran and some less desirable countries to try and create a new reserve currency that is going to make things more complicated, righto? But while all this is going on, and we've got the massive amount of dramas that are happening in the red corn chip with defaults from banks, etc., what's happening in Taiwan, which make crucial chips for the world market, is they're seen as sort of pseudo red corn chip territory, despite the fact they're classed as a democratic country. Now, Nancy Pelosi from the USA, despite the fact that I can't stand her and her wooden teeth, she's decided to let them know in advance, I'm going to come over to Taiwan and speak there as a show of force as well, and also of the US being on the side, potentially, of any conflict that may occur with the red corn chip, as they've laid plans to coming and seizing Taiwan, who have told them, come and get it if you want it, King Leonidas. And basically they've now threatened the USA and said if she lands on the soil of Taiwan, there will be military action from China against those who seek to take the side of Taiwan. She's now on the soil in Taiwan, so the dice has been cast. What I'm going to explain to you, team, and this is a happy stream, but we're going to talk about reality. Where this is scary is, when there's two groups of people and they're in a bar, or they're talking about each other and people are sort of pushing them together. What are you going to do about Macca? Macca's been saying this about you. You eventually know there's either going to be a major back down, or what there's going to be is ultimately a flare point, regardless of where it comes from, that is going to cause an altercation, unavoidable altercation from occurring. We've got two leaderships, two completely different cultures that are metaphorically slamming together through threats that could potentially become kinetic energy very, very quickly. They're already, you'd argue, in a Cold War already. Okay, if this goes down, it's going to be quick. You're going to go to bed and you're going to wake up and the world will be a different place. And then it'll come down to who is trying to learn Mandarin and who is speaking English, so to speak. And I guarantee, that you would rather have USA as your overlord than the red corn chip, despite the fact it's a beautiful colour red. So, at the moment, there is some really serious conversations happening and some really red faces happening in the land of the corn chip, because they threatened action and they haven't done it yet. But there is carrier groups from the corn chip and there is carrier groups from USA that are moving into the same waters together, and friction is worse than rubbing, which is racing. Let's put our fingers together. Let's not hope for any particular outcome. It is not sexy. It is scary. And I hope common sense prevails this time. But I do believe ultimately it is unavoidable what's going to happen in the next 30 years. Okay, so what do most ex-military people don't like MPs? Well, MPs are never really liked because for the tradition of the military police, they were always the fun police. Getting involved with people potentially speeding on base. They're the ones that come and kick your ass for not wearing a hat in the shopping centre, for being dressed correctly. When you do something wrong, they're the first ones on the scene. It's the fact that they get promoted way too quick. so that they've got a badge of office that allows them to communicate with the most likely offender, being the private soldier. So that's the way it's always been. There's a lot of jobs in MPs, but there is. Jackie Mann, Russia and China are aligning to create a new reserve currency based on the precious minerals and gold. It is true, Jack, and what happens is they also, with this new pact, will control up to 30% of the entire world's resources and GDP, which makes that a very dangerous pact of unlikely friends. It doesn't mean they like each other either, but so there'll be fault lines in between that can be manipulated, jerried. Nicole K. It's not that we don't like them, it's mainly because it's a job that doesn't really people who want to do army the way they want to do. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I guess it's, I don't know. It's the same people don't like police. Right? I don't know. Lightfoot. Is what Dickie D is making an appearance. Hey, Lighty, did you see that you got an award earlier on in this? I haven't seen your reaction yet. Hey, Kaz, what happens at enlistment day? Righto. What a great question, Kaz. Are you a New Zealander? Let me play this for you, mate. Where are we? It's not playing. Or maybe it is. I've got it overlapped, I think, here, mate. I got rid of it, sorry. So basically what happens at an enlistment date... Is that playing something? Just making sure it's not playing something there, too. Okay, enlistment day. What happens is you'll go down and you'll stay in a hotel the day before you're going to do your enlistment ceremony. From there, there'll be some rudimentary things that you'll do while you're staying in that hotel with others. Just say you're in Sydney, and you'll be over at the Rhodes where you're going to do your enlistment ceremony with your family there, which they can attend now. What will happen in the morning, you will turn up and you will be dressed in a suit pretty much. And from there, what is going to occur is your family will arrive. You will have already probably signed your enlistment certificate, which says you are now part of the Australian Army, right, in advance. And then what will happen is you will go in and there will be a representative of the military that will give an explanation to what you are about to do for the nation, for yourself, for your family. And then from there, what they'll do is they will call you out and you'll be in one rank facing back towards your families. And then from there, they will say, for those who are about to swear on the Bible or give the affirmation to God or the oath to the Queen, vice versa, what you'll do is then put your hand up in the air and you will swear that you'll never quit, but 20% do, quit their own solemn pledge to not quit. And you will give the oath or affirmation to the Queen or God to serve the nation for enemies, domestic or abroad. Right, for the term of engagement that you've signed for, females 2 years, males 4 years, and don't worry about the inequality there. And then from there, you'll get 5 minutes to say goodbye to your family. Then you'll sit on a bus and see you later. Straight to Kapooka. Hit the ground running. All good, mate. Okay, it's saying we're having some trouble. It's okay, Lighty. Can you all hear me? Can I get some thumbs up at the moment? We're saying that YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Guys and gals, whenever we talk about anything, this has got nothing to do with my microphone. It's got nothing to do with anything of my equipment. This is what happens, and this goes to show you that YouTube is, I believe, allegedly, okay, is in cahoots with protecting the name of the red corn chip. Because every time you talk about them, this happens. Okay. There you go, thumbs up. Good to hear. Good to hear. Guys and gals, it's such a big day, the enlistment day. Your day completely, your life changes. Your life changes because you are now no longer, a kid. You could walk in there a kid, but your family name is going with you on the bus and you're going to represent that name. You're going to allow lights to shine on that name and decide, is it tarnished or is it illuminated? You wouldn't embarrass your family, so make sure when you're ready, you're good to go, and don't be one of the 20% that quits. Don't do it. Let's talk about the young girl this morning. I went to McDonald's today. Okay, I go there every day, actually, to get some of their best coffee. And basically, there was a young woman there. I'll call her a girl. I don't think she was a woman. And basically, I'm never rude to anyone. I'll include everyone in a conversation. And I was looking at a kid that was absolutely frantically trying to keep up with the orders that McDonald's didn't have enough staff on. And he was getting lambasted by those all around him. To hurry up, do this, you got it wrong, and blah, blah, blah. He looked like he was a mental mess, the poor kid trying his hardest. And the young girl beside me, I said, man, all they need is 2 more people in there, and that guy would be getting those orders right, the pressure would be off him. It's all good to go. McDonald's has really dropped the ball from their leadership model that they always had that was excellent. And she goes, I work for McDonald's. I said, good. I said, but mate, what are you going to do after McDonald's? She goes, I'm just hoping to get promoted higher in McDonald's. I went, all right. I said, can I suggest something to you? Because she looked like she didn't have much confidence in her step. And you'd like this one if he's still there. Where is he? Simon Powell, there he is. I hope he's not off sulking. Where are you, Raffy? We need you. And anyway, what happened was, I said to him, mate, can I throw a suggestion to you, considering you've got an open agenda for what you want to do after this with life? I said, have you considered going to the Air Force or the Army or the Navy, preferably the Navy or the Air Force? Because she's a small lass. And she just looked at me and she goes, do you know my uncle said that to me? I said, you should listen to your uncle. I said, McDonald's should not be a career. It's fine to learn some leadership skills, working at hard work, working part of a team, etc. I get that. But I said, mate, but if you go to Air Force or Navy, you could be getting schooling paid for. You could be getting paid a hell of a lot more than what you are at McDonald's. You could have the friendship, the mateship qualifications, free dental, free medical, at least 8 weeks off a year. Rental assistance wherever you go, adventure, excitement. And her face just changed. It was almost like, that sounds like a bloody great idea. And I really hope that young lass today went home and thought to herself, maybe I need to look into that. Maybe there is something after McDonald's. I hope so. It really made me feel good to see that she didn't see it as an older guy who looks a lot like Brad Pitt, giving her advice, but someone who was trying to help her out from potentially what could have ended up being 10 years going by like that, and giving her an option that she's already been, basically had someone say to her, an off-ramp, an escape, something new, maybe a bit of belief in her. Maybe she doesn't get much of that. Braden Vella, hey Kaz, do you know the current weight for infantry? Mate, no one can tell you that. Even recruiting can't, because the concertinas as people get in and get out, but I believe they're taking people by the bucket load at the moment, mate. Mr. Vella? Jack Man, Kaz, I'm 17 years old. My assessment day is on the 16th. My mind is in the right place. I'm pretty switched on. Is there anything I need to be mindful in the assessment considering my age? Jack, that's highly likely. As a soldier at 17 years old, they will tell you to come back in 1 year. But that's to allow you, for the scaffolding of your body, to be able to take on the rigours of what it is to be an Australian soldier. That is not necessarily a slant against you, because you've got all the time in the world to get there. Now, Being 17, the problem with that means is you can't go on operations until you're at least 18. It also means your family can take away consent for you to be there, even if you want to be there, and they can pull you out of Kapooka, regardless of the fact that you're a stayer. The other one is that you can't drink, so that pushes them into a position of potentially you drinking underage, and that looking bad for the military, especially if you get an alcohol-related incident, okay, while being a member of the Australian Defence Force. So they try to avoid that and allow you to make sure that that's the right decision for you and come back and show them that's what you're after. Having said that, depending on what role you're going for, they might let you do it. Immature people don't know when they're immature, mate. But I'm in your corner, there to help. MPs are coming up a lot. Dad, and what are your thoughts on MPs and ADF? I don't know too many people that have gone to MPs that actually liked MPs. To tell you the truth, because there's some really great jobs within MPs. You do get promoted fast. I get that, but at the same time, MPs aren't a real liked bunch of people. That's because their nature is to kick your ass. Because sometimes when you say to them things like, "Hey mate, how you going?" They go, "I'm not your mate." You go, "Well, righto, fuckhead. You can call me by my rank then." And they don't like that either. That's a true story. Yeah, most corps have got a little bit of a problem with each other, but at the end of the day, you're still on our side. Kaz, you're still recruiting more people than ADF recruit department. I just wish Sworn Defender that more people would come here to help me to help them. That's what I hope. Luke Fluke. Kaz, you need to come to my Maccas and knock some sense into my colleagues. Yeah, there you go, mate. Look, I feel sorry for, honestly, Lukey. When I see some young people that are in McDonald's and I see them there with the headphones on, taking an order, trying to work out money, getting complaints, while at the same time hearing in the back of the sound system they need to hurry up, and etc. I don't know how they don't go crazy, to tell you the truth. They need to keep their hands out of those chip vats too. I see a lot of people that work at McDonald's, because I go there every day, they become a double-sized version of themselves in just 12 months, because every time they go past the chip fryer, they're either breathing in the fat from it, okay, or maybe their little hands are going into the cookie basket, and then they change their BMI for the rest of their life. Jack, whereabouts is your DFR centre? Okay, Brizzy Daz, you should drop in tomorrow, Kaz, and see if she's still working. Chuck the towel in for greener pastures. She wasn't working, mate. She was actually waiting on an order herself. The big three gamers. Hey, Kaz, I've just started the application process. If I do make it all the way through, how long does that take? Let's look for infantry, for example. You're looking at 3 months. Okay, 3 months for Kapooka. And then what you've got then, if you go to infantry, you'll do a BFA the first day you get there. Okay, you'll get there at night time. The next morning, you'll be doing a BFA to see if you're ready to go into session. And even then, the session might be 1 month away. So basically add another 4 months onto a successful applicant on top of that 3 months. So you're looking at least 7 months. I dare say, tell me right, three gamers, that you've got a family. Okay, you're taking into account for your children, etc. Is that the case? Question mark? Macca's drive-through kids should all be SIGs. Yeah, you're right, Dave. Jack, the Jack man, which is the biggest insult you can get in the military, by the way, team. Mum and Dad are supportive, like a bra. I'm 18 in January. I'm not the typical 17-year-old. That's what every single 17-year-old says, but saying that, mate. And I've never touched alcohol or drugs. Maybe you need to, so we'd see what you look like under pressure. I think I made a good impression on the petty officer of Woe 2 at the DFR. Okay, well done, mate. Well done. It's no different, as I said, to you going to become a tradie, and leaving at year 10. Having said that, the army is completely different, of course. Yapamondi, that's an interesting name. Hey, mate, what do you know about close personal protection within the military police? I've always laughed at it, to tell you the truth, mate. Wherever military police are, there's normally 1,000 soldiers on the outside of them, and when I see people carrying their weapon like that, like a dickhead, why do you need close point protection when you've got an army surrounding you? It's ridiculous. It's not like they're allowed to shoot, is it? You know, you've got to have free. They don't know what the dispositions of forces on the ground. They're not allowed to shoot. Now, we laughed at them all through Timor when General Cosgrave came, actually. I love the smell of McFlurry in the morning. It's not bad, Bretty. Are you a Oreo or an M&M's guy? There seems to be a lot of people here at the moment a little bit, supportive of the MPs, which is fine. Go and do it. Go and do it. I don't care what you do. I don't look backwards. Now, the only time I see an MP is when I'm driving through the gate, okay, or I see them doing a parade duty, etc., because I'm not in a rear echelon to see them, okay, in a field or operational position. We're the ones, infantry, that do the protection on the gate. Thoughts here on gap year opportunity. Gap year, Joel, is fantastic for someone that wants to be 100% qualified Army Reservist. It is not a career. It's not a step to a career. Okay, so just be careful of that. If you've got another career that goes with it, fantastic. Get qualified for 1 year. But don't go there and go, I'm going to try for 1 year to see if I like it, because the gap year will not give you insight into an immersion on what it's like to be in the Army. You'll just see it from the training cycle. Give the Army everything it wants with your signature now locked in, but you're not necessarily getting the benefits of slowing down again when you get to a unit and getting into a routine which allows you to enjoy your career. Then I'll say, Kaz, I've got a question. Can you keep on being a platoon commander in the Army in SF? Lieutenants aren't platoon commanders in Special Forces, mate. They're captains in the Army in SF and go on missions with soldiers. And can you refuse promotion as an officer? No, you can't. No. I wish you could. I wish you could be a field officer and stay a lieutenant and go, that's what I want to do. Maybe you could be the first one to do it. Maybe you could. I'd love a lieutenant that wanted to stay a lieutenant. We've already got way too many officers. Go in and try it, mate. I'd work for you. I'd be stoked. The big three gamers. I'm a young bloke, 19 this year. Mum and dad support me and I'm keen to get going. Being honest, I have some footy injuries in getting sorted, which makes me worry about timelines. When you're going through the process of joining the military team, I strongly suggest you give up footy. Righto? Give up footy till you get in. Thoughts of being in the Special Forces career. Have always wanted to get into SF. One step at a time. Eat the elephant one bite at a time. Wait till you get in the Army. Get into infantry. And then from there, get yourself logical with the language that is weapons, with the language that is hunting humans. Okay, and then from there, get yourself a specialised trade within infantry, whether it be snipers, recon, whether it be heavy weapons, etc. And then get your junior leadership course under the way, so you don't have to do it when you get to their unit. And then train up on the government's dime, and you'll be good to go. Nicole, when I was in, a lot of people went to MPs and Site Corps for fast-track promotion. Yep. There's no light in the tunnel, is there? Aussie bloke, g'day Kaz, have my PFA tomorrow, gonna ace it. Aussie bloke, boom. How come you're not part of this yet? You know, to all the guys and gals of Patreon, you know, you can just ask for it, all right, and you get it. Otherwise, join Patreon team for the price of a coffee, get one of these, show your mate, right, and then become the best version of you, because every time you beat one of these, boom, you're a better version than you. And that will reflect in the bedroom, and that's what he said. But not to me, to you. She said it to me. Met an MP at the open day last Sunday. He was a cool dude. Yeah, they're good dudes, but they're not cops. Don't get them confused. Benster Gaming. Hey, Kaz, I'm in week 4 at Kapooka. Was going pretty good until a foot injury had halted it a bit. So, Benster, mate, for starters, not too cow to you, mate. What you're going through at the moment is what we call an act of God, where something happens to you that you didn't expect, reluctant back squad, you know, and then from now, you've just got to get that free medical, get that rest, get yourself in physio, get up to scratch, rejoin the team, and you'll be fine, mate. Injuries happen every footy game, mate. It just happened to you early. Yapamondi, also Kaz, 157 kilos 5 months ago. That's a big rig. How tall are you, bud? I've got my weight down to 115 to get, well done on that. Worked towards a PFA and got 10% more than expected. I felt like you motivated me through my journey, mate. Well done, well done. 6'2", 115. You've got some work to do still, mate, but that's a lot of weight you've dropped off, mate. Make sure you do it healthily. Cut out the sugars, cut out the breads. Get a Fitbit, protect your feet with some good joggers, mate, and do the punching on the bag to lose the weight as your cardio, not actually running up the miles and watching your patellas grind away on your knees. What happened to officers after they stopped going as platoon commanders? They go to either training establishments or they can go to reserve units, etc. You know, they can go to CTC. You know, there's a whole bunch of places they can go to, and then they become captains. Yep. Okay, guys, let's get out of here. I just wanted to say, by finishing up, to Andy, okay, to Andy and to Benny, you've changed your lives. You took the step, you reached out in the trenches with Kaz and all of those that help us, okay? And then from there, you have now become a better version of yourself with potentially the rest of your life planned out. And you're going to look back on this moment just like I look on the moment all the time when I stood up and oath of affirmation said yes to the Queen. And now I'm in a position, I look back at nearly 52 years old and say, holy shit, imagine if I hadn't have got in, where would I be now? Would I exist? You've got it all done. Now all you've got to do is step in, conform, okay, learn, listen, and project. Aussie bloke, there he goes. Welcome to Great Unwashed there. He's got his 2 stripes now. Section Commander, best job in the Army, pretty much. I reckon Platoon Sergeant, but Section Commander was excellent. Okay, so I've heard that you can go from officer down to enlisted. Is this true? No, not really, mate. No. No, they've spent too much money on you, mate. If you're a fully qualified officer, they're not going to let you at all under any circumstance set down and become a soldier, because it'd look very, very bad for the officers as well. That's okay, Mr. Jury. Thank you, Kaz. Can we get some thumbs up there for Aussie bloke who just got his promoted to section commander, please? Okay. Guys and gals, that is Wednesday. Wednesday sucks. We all know that. Do we have any questions that you would like answered on any topic right now before we look at getting out of here? Understanding that we've tipped our hat to 2 young men who have changed their family name and are now about to create a legacy. Because if people stop stepping up, if people stop loving the country, then we're going to be in real trouble when one day trouble comes to us. Daz, remember, for 23 months, Voice of the People, cheers. He owns a water buffalo. Anyone else here own a water buffalo? There's Andy right now throwing some thumbs up for himself. What was my rank? My rank was sergeant, but it's a bit of a funny one, to tell you the truth, because I was a qualified warrant officer, but I had a bleeding anus that I got from service overseas, which meant I wasn't able to go on operations, which meant I wasn't allowed to go in some bush environments to do courses, yet I was allowed to go to bush while I was an instructor. It's a funny one. Having said that, other than the pay rise, I didn't want to be a warrant officer, where I'm embracing paperwork more than, the conversations with soldiers and enlisted men and young officers. Cuz, is Mrs. allowed to visit during IETs? Yes, she can, but she can't come on base unless she's signed on, and she won't normally be allowed to get signed on. And it depends on what corps you're going to as well, mate. Cuz, what's your thoughts on Regional Force Soldier? It's fine, Daz. It's all serving the nation. There was a Limitanioi were Roman soldiers. It was like Army Reserve. They were like county soldiers, so that the frontier didn't have to keep running around and chasing where the firefights were. And they were the Limitanioi. So as long as there is a version of those regional forces that have a unique role in that location, all for it. And they can help with disasters too. An extension of the SES. Who talks? Sorry, I don't even know how to pronounce that, my friend. Infantry. Question mark. I don't know what you're saying there, dude. Infantry. Paper, scissors, rock. Infantry. Cavalry. Armoured corps. And artillery. the paper, scissors, rock of the battlefield to the front of the battlefield. Bradley, have you ever seen, been in SF? No, I haven't. I applied to go in 1999, okay, with Mr. Pronk, who you see as the doctor on SAS Australia. We were both on the same barrier test, actually. But they gave us the opportunity to get the hell out of there and get ready to go to East Timor. And I said I'd rather go overseas than stay back here and do a barrier test followed by Carter courses, etc. So I went overseas and never looked back. Came back, started dating a beautiful woman, and then from there, never came around again. And I don't mind. Okay, I'm currently a cyber specialist private. Well done, mate. Well done. Well done. That's we've got a lot of them that are actually going in soon, and some that have just started serving. Apparently it's a pretty big role. So it's sort of SIG's sort of intelligence. You are the hybrid, mate. Shaping the battlefield of the future. Lauren's here. G'day, mate. Dave D, RFSU is a great role. There you go. Benson Gaming, I hope the rest of your week goes great for you, Kaz. It will, mate. We're keeping ourselves happy. Today we helped an old lady whose walker had broken in the shopping centre and everyone was walking straight past her. Not on our watch. We went and helped her out in between picking up litter, and it made a day that people had compassion for an old lady who was pretty when she was younger. Aussie bloke. Got a mate who hasn't had official tick of approval for medical and psych yet. So what do they put through the PFA, etc., if they haven't cleared people yet? I don't understand that either. I don't know. You're advancing them beyond, okay, where they're at in the chain. That's okay, Venno. Lord Dracula, travelling down for my British RAF 3-day assessment on Sunday. Wish me luck. I do wish you luck, Lord Dracula, and you're going to hear the sound of the applause. Let's hope you get in straight away. Big Three Gamers, can we get some thumbs up there, can we, team, for Lord Dracula? Our British fellow going for his enlistment as well. Because I've been watching your videos and have heard about the U session. Is that the same as the career coach interview? I don't know what your career coach interview is. I'm not a real fan of it, team. If you want a career coach, if you want a coach, come to In the Trenches with Kaz Patreon. Give me a call. Let me speak to you. I was an instructor for more years than half years were done at school. And you also get one of these as well. I couldn't imagine going into infantry and having someone from Navy or someone from Air Force trying to tell me, what it's going to be like for me when they've never done that role. Vice versa. Could you imagine someone from infantry comes over to you and you want to be a submariner trying to give you advice on that? I wouldn't know what to do. Take a litre of lube. Don't fart, don't eat prunes. Family first. Sorry I missed the stream. It was my daughter's first art exhibition. How good is that? Guys and gals, I'm going to put a song on now. We're going to get out of here. We're going to say goodnight to you. And overall, I just could not let this opportunity slip away where two people from the channel were on the same OSB. Both of them now change their lives by articulating what they want their life to be, and that they have the cut of the jib that will be able to take Australians on a mission and hopefully get them back through good, decisive decision making, done with confidence, with the group planning, with senior NCOs by their side. Excellent. That's Kaz from In the Trenches. Bet, this one's for you.
We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us. Over fields and through the country, letting go of everything but
a few g'days.
Over the rainbow. If we hold tight, we can chase the Mississippi through the night, hundreds of miles away. The water is warm, let's dip our toes right in and be reborn. I don't know why we'd wait. Grab sunglasses and the atlas, we can prove we're smarter than a phone.